Guys, we outside. And I know you could see my beautiful background. And when you see greenery, you already know we talking about that money. We talking about that bag. We talking about those coins. And guys, I'm going to be advising you all how to choose the best contract in the right state. So there are 50 states in America. And out of that 50 state, you have 9 states that does not have state tax, and I'm gonna list it right here or right here, the 9 states that doesn't have state tax. And I'm gonna be showing you how to calculate your pay. It's not how much you're taking home, it's actually how much is gonna be in your pocket. How much of that bag that you're taking home. So I'm gonna show you state by state what it looks like if you were making the same amount of money in a different state, in a state that you have to pay state tax, as against a state that you don't have to pay state tax. And with this, it does help with you choosing a contract, especially when the contracts are paying the same amount but just in different state. Because you already know, guys, we do travel nursing for what? For that coin, for that bag, for that money. So yes, guys, tune in, watch the screen, guys. I'm gonna show you a live demonstration how to calculate your pay. Don't skip out anything out of the video. Everything is important and it's gonna be beneficial. So yes, guys, right into it. Okay, so live demonstration. So this is a contract that is currently available in Texas and also in New York City. So I'm going to be showing you live and direct, guys, how to calculate your pay, how to know how much money you're getting after taxes, okay? So Crucial Staffing, Crucial Agency is offering $125 an hour. And that's regular rate for 40 hours and $187 an hour for anything over 40 hours. And this right here that you're looking at, let's call it a 60 hours per week contract. So the first 40 hours, it's going to be $125 an hour, and the last 20 hours, it's going to be calculated at $187 an hour. Lodging is provided, transportation to and from work is provided, and you also get $76 meal per diem, meaning that every day for 7 days, you'll get $76 a day. So times 76 by 7, and whatever that is equal to, that's what you're going to get for the week for your meals, and that is definitely not taxable. That's why it's called per diem. It's your stipend. It's your non-taxable money. $500 travel bonus, that's just a one-time payout that they give when you have reached your destination where you were instructed to show up. So okay, guys, and I'm going to be showing you today, if you were working this money in New York City, how much are you going to actually be taking home after taxes, as against if you were working this money in Texas. And guys, wherever you're working and you're just looking to calculate what your pay is, you just plug in your numbers and it will give you an estimate. And based on what I'm currently making right now and me plugging in my hours, the estimate that this calculator usually gives me as against my pay stub, it's mostly like $50 to $100 off, meaning that it may not be the exact same, but it's usually not far off. And as I said, it's either you get probably like $50 to $100 more or $50 to $100 less. And always remember that when you're doing your taxes, it's individualized. It's based on you. What do you have kids? Do you have dependents? Are you married? Like, those are things. So everybody's tax is going to be done differently based on what you put in. So let's jump right into the calculator. First of all, let's get into Google. So we have Google up and we are going to be putting smart pay calculator, and we want the city of New York. Okay, city of New York. There we go. And so New York paycheck calculator smart asset. So this is what you want to click on. And there we go. So it gives overview of New York taxes, and you could just read what that little thing is saying. This is a map of the United States. So whichever state that you're looking up, it will just show exactly where it is. And we know New York is right over here. So yes, guys, this just gives you a breakdown of what or how much percent taxes look like in New York City. So marital status, if you're single, if you're married, you could choose whichever. For me, I'm single, so let's go with single. Location, and we're just going to use Brooklyn, New York City today. Semi-monthly, when do you get pay? Is it bi-weekly, monthly? So for this specific job that we're going to calculate, it's a weekly pay. And allowances, so this is dependent upon you. So how many dependents do you have? Do you have one? Do you have 3 kids? Do you have 4 kids? Do you have 10 kids? Whatever it is that you have, as I said before, this part is individualized and it just depends on what you plug in. For me, I have 0. I don't have any kids, so it's gonna be 0. So right here, how many allowances should you claim? And you can click on this and it will just take you and like explain to you what allowances are. And it just depends on what you put on your W-4. And here it talks about, are you exempt from any taxes? Yes and no. So if you want to go exempt, you can go exempt. If you don't want to go exempt, it's a no. An exempt meaning that you won't pay any federal tax out of your pay, but at the end of the year, for sure, you know you're going to be paying that money back. However, guys, like taxes is you could do a whole presentation on taxes. Depends on how you do your taxes, and that's like a whole different deal. So if you want to go exempt, you can go exempt where you pay no federal tax at all out of your pay checks. However, you're gonna pay it back at the end of the year some way, somehow. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna look at hourly pay. So as I said before, this pay, it's $125 an hour. So 125, and then this is calculated at 40 hours. So the first 40 hours is calculated at 125. Let's add our overtime. So overtime, and we said that the overtime pay is 187, and overtime pay is 20 hours. So we plug in 20 hours. And your estimated weekly take-home pay, meaning your net pay, meaning what you're going to take home in your hand, meaning what's yours. So this is what my pay will look like after all my taxes has come out. But my gross pay is $8,740. But after taxes, this is what I'm going home with, $4,869. So look at this, guys. For federal tax, I ended up paying $2,549. This is state income tax for New York City. I have to pay $624. This is local income tax that I have to pay $361. Yes, guys. So all this money right here equals to $3,534. That's all I paid in taxes. And this is what I'm taking home, plus that $76 a day that is non-taxable times by 7 days and whatever that is equal to. I add it up and that's what I'm going to be going home with. However, we are going to calculate the same pay right now if I was making this money in Texas, seeing that Texas does not have state tax, guys. So let's go. So we're going to type in the same thing. Smart Pay Calculator. And let's look at it from a Texas paycheck. So Texas paycheck. And the first thing that comes up, Texas has no state income tax, guys, which means your salary is only subject to federal income taxes if you live and work in Texas. Okay. And that's where Texas is on the map. And as I said before, I'm single. It's just an area code of somewhere in Texas. It's weekly. I don't have any dependents. So let's look at it. So my hourly wage is still $125 an hour. My hours that I'm going to be working is 40 hours. Okay. And this is my overtime, 187, 20 hours. And guys, this is my take home. So my take home is now $5,856. And this take home is also added to that $76 per day for 7 days in addition to this money. So if you look at the taxes, guys, so the federal tax is basically the same, which was $2,549. However, if you're looking, there's no state income tax being taken out. No local income tax being taken out. None whatsoever, guys. So I saved, basically, it's an additional $1,000 a week that you make if you were supposed to take this contract in Texas as against New York City. So guys, it's a big deal. It really depends on which state you work in. So those are important. So you're not only looking at the money that you're making, but you're also looking at where you're making this money. Okay? It's a big deal. You could also research. So you can basically do your research on any state that you are thinking of taking a job in and just plug in your numbers and you will definitely see, so you can make a informed decision on the best job. Guys, it's all about the money. Sometimes when you're looking at the money, it looks like a lot of money, but when you plug it in and you see how much tax is coming out, then you'll be able to make the best decision on the best job. And we all know what is the best job. The best job is whatever is paying more. That's what we're going with, guys. It's all about the money out here. COVID crisis is going on. Money is looking a lot, but the tax is super high. So plug in those figures and choose the best contract. Guys, I really hope that the video was educational, and I hope, I'm not even gonna say I hope, I know that you guys have learned something from this. And yes, guys, like the video, continue to share, and I'm definitely gonna make sure I post every single week. So hit that like button, hit that bell at the side so you could be notified anytime I post. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And yes, guys, go follow me on Instagram at Melodious Melly Boo. Thank you, and we out.